Good afternoon.
Look at how beautiful those are. Hi, everyone. Scott and Amy from Sharky's Greenhouses up here in Kerwitz, Wisconsin. And again, we're talking about petunias. And today we're going to be specifically just setting on kind of that medium vigor, the petunias. There's a bunch in the series, but that medium mounding petunia. So what is a mounding petunia?
Well, first off, yesterday, if you didn't catch our live yesterday, we talked about petunias, but we talked about all the different sizes and all the different purposes of them. So some were for bedding, some were for smaller baskets, some were for larger baskets. So today, this is just
in that medium category. So we're not talking about the bedding plant petunias, the little ones, and we're not talking about the gigantic super petunias. So we'll save that for a different day. More petunia talk coming yet. We're just going to go right in the middle and talk about the mounding petunias. These are going to be great for that 8 or 10-inch hanging basket or containers, and these are petunias that you can mix they'll play with other geraniums or verbena, lobelia,
ippomeas,
stuff that it can play with, but not necessarily those great big super petunias that will just take over.
They're really aggressive.
So we're just going to show a little, there's a lot of variety, and this is just a little sample.
You wanted to show because it has a lot of color.
Oh, I love the color, yeah. So this is just a little sample of what we have and what we're growing. And Amy just went around and grabbed some of her, favorites or whatever.
This one,
Queen of Hearts.
Yes. Look at that.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So
can you see it actually, it's called Queen of Hearts. And look at, can I get my finger in the right one? Look at, they actually look like little tiny hearts on each one going around the petal. Can you see that?
How do you like that? I think these are beautiful. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so what else?
And these are all of these are going to be able to be in either pots or in the 8 to 10-inch basket.
Yep, or a container, a smaller container.
So this one here is the night sky.
I like that. I like that unique. Did you grab a black petunia too?
I did.
Oh, good. All right, coming up.
Yeah. So this
night sky. Yeah, there's a couple colors, right?
Yeah. So, I really like it, but I don't like it for my own house.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
I guess you wouldn't have a Dalmatian, would you?
No, I like Dalmatians, but I don't know. I don't know.
Now, some people have said we didn't actually grow these through the summer. So a few people have said that it lost a little bit of that speckling.
With the heat.
Yeah, with the heat. That once that summer temperature came along, and
then once fall started, it started getting more of the speckles again.
Yeah, so they probably do like a little bit cooler temperature, but I like them. I think they're really cool looking.
What would you plant it with? See, that's what I'm talking about.
Something white, something that would highlight that.
It reminds me almost of like a tie-dye, like a...
Yeah, retro.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
Okay, you want the black one?
Yeah. Okay.
His favorite.
Well, it's definitely a fan favorite, and what series is this? Is this the black?
Crazy Tunia.
Crazy Tunia. So Crazy Tunias are also in that category of
black
mounding, that medium vigor.
And you might say, well, it's probably just the computer or the screen that's showing that it's darker, but here is a dark purple. Do you see that difference? Isn't that crazy?
So, this is really cool, and in hanging baskets. And we do some 12-inch hanging baskets in this.
We do, because we have a few customers that like it with the white coming out.
White fan flower. It's something that's really contrasting with the black. It just makes a stunning hanging basket. But now, it's not a hanging basket or a container that has a lot of curb appeal. You're not going to be driving past and it's going to be more subdued. So you realize that beauty when you're close up to it.
Right.
So this with white really makes that black pop.
But when you're driving, if you have a longer driveway or you're looking for something to pop,
you're going to see this from that curb. Right. Yeah, this is going to pop where the black it has to be appreciated on its own. It's really cool.
Right. But that's also something to know, is that you can see something, you could say that is beautiful, but it doesn't work for my scenario.
It doesn't just pop and grab your attention.
And so when you're shopping, you can kind of decide that. And then there's this one, Sweet Petunia Miss Marvelous.
Oh, you like that? That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. Is this one the same? Yes.
Miss Marvelous. Yep.
And then here is that the Capella series.
Yep.
Which that has been a really good series for us.
Strong performer, and 8 to 12, 8 to 12 inches. So it's just that medium vigor.
Don't you love that? People just throwing flowers in your face.
So another in the Capella series. This one is Sangria, and it has just that yellow throat in it. That one's really cool, I think.
Here is a lighter purple, so you can see the difference between the two. And this one is called just Capella Purple. He just watered, so it's got some water shedding to go.
So another one in the Capella is Cherry Vanilla. So not.
I like this one.
Oh yeah, and this we did have last year. I remember we had it somewhere throughout the summer. And it turned out really cool. It looks like ice cream. Like I would order ice cream that looks like that.
I think you'd order ice cream regardless.
There's not too much in the ice cream aisle that I'm thumbing my nose at.
Who is an ice cream fan? Because this guy has it every single night.
It's for my girlish
every
figure.
night.
I don't get any dimples on my thighs. Okay, moving on.
This one is that part of the Queen of Hearts again? Amori Heart and Soul.
Yep.
It kind of looks like that Queen of Hearts.
But more of a purplish color.
Yeah, it's got like purple and yellow to it. So as we're going along, tell us what color do you tend to go for? The purples, the pinks, the yellows? There's so many.
Yeah.
And I love this one too.
Is there any that we just hate? No. There's not. We wouldn't be. There's not too many. Our top 50 favorites.
When we start ordering, it's so hard because there's such...
We have to cap ourselves.
Limited space. It's kind of like when you come shopping to the store and you're like, oh, I want this and I want this and I want this. We do the same thing, but on a larger scale. And we have to go, time out. We ran out of room. What are we going to do?
So, and this one has, I don't know if you noticed this. This one has much more petite flowers. So this is really a mini petunia.
Yeah, let me show the size difference. So here's, do you see what a size difference that is?
Yep. So this is more in the mini petunia series, and that's a whole nother subject for another day. But we have a lot of people like the mini petunias, and they're a good substitute to go with the mini petunias versus the calibrachoas or the million bells. And the calibrachoas, you have to have your game on. If you're gonna have a calibrachoa hanging basket, your game better be on.
They're not forgiving.
They don't forgive. You're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go camping for the weekend, and I don't care about they'll be dead, and they don't forgive. Where a petunia is much more forgiving and will come back.
It might take a little bit.
Yeah, but much more forgiving. So we have a lot of customers that go with the mini petunias because they're just looking for that smaller flower, and they just perform like a petunia, and they play well. So
isn't it
gorgeous?
You see, without it going out of focus, look at that yellow throat in there. Doesn't it just look like spring? I mean, that whole basket just reminds me of just spring. So
this is in the Funhouse series, Amethyst Sunshine. We sold these like fast last year. I remember it was just not. So these are 8-inch hanging baskets, and
this was one plant, wasn't it?
I believe. Yeah. Yep. That's one plant. So really nice. They make a fantastic 8-inch hanging basket. So it really turns out nice. So the plants are kind of like goldfish. If you have them in a smaller container, they're not going to get as big as fast. Whereas if you give them the room and you give them a little bit of space, they'll bush out much faster. These were planted at 2 different times, the smaller pot size compared to the baskets. But still, I mean, that's one plant. That's a lot of bang for your buck. Yeah. They make a nice, beautiful little mounding basket. Did you show that one? I did, I think. I don't even remember. This is again in that Funhouse series, this Melba. So I think I showed this, but we'll show it again. Round 2. Now, with the medium vigor, the more mounding petunias, you probably will have more work with deadheading. So
that's a good example.
Yep. So and especially with some of the darker colors. They're, like we love the super petunias because we don't deadhead them at all. None. But some of the mounding petunias.
But they're also so big. There's so
massive,
many of them that it kind of covers that all up. Where when you have a smaller basket, you're maybe a little bit more focused on a small area. I don't know.
That could be, but we do find that in this category there is some commitment to deadheading. I think it's still minimal. It's not. A lot of people get turned off by petunias because they have to do the deadheading, and I don't think that's a reality of you shouldn't just steer away from petunias because you have to deadhead. The genetics have come along so far from the 80s and 90s and 2000s. It's they're pretty good, but we do find in these smaller, medium vigor petunias you'll have to do some deadheading, especially when you get in the darker colors, the purples, the reds especially. But I'm just going to show you can tell here. So this flower is good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not spent yet. But you can tell on this one, and you can see how dark it is compared to this one. And that's because it's almost like that dye is concentrating. But this bloom is starting to die off, and then there's some in here that are done. So again, I'll just show you easy way to deadhead. Deadheading is not just plucking the flower off.
Can you get a post and show them the difference between this one and that one?
So this is a new one coming out. That's new, so don't pluck that off. When they're done, they'll look like this. So this one is spent. And kind of droop forward. Yeah. So we're not going to just pull that bloom out. We're actually going to nip it off behind. So that's what I did.
Not that close.
Yep. Went out of focus. So I took it off behind the flower and just nipped it off at the stem. So it got right behind there and nipped that right off.
That's why they call it deadheading.
Take that all off. Now, the blacks, as gorgeous as they are, the black petunias, you will have to do some deadheading. And these are all good. I'm not going to take these off, but if you're going to deadhead, again, it's behind here, and just nip that right off. Take that whole thing off. So that is the medium vigor. Okay,
let's talk about that, because some people might not understand when it says high vigor, medium vigor, low vigor. Are they talking about height? They're talking about width? What are they talking about?
That growth ability. So how aggressive is it in how it grows? That growth habit. So that's what the vigor means. And these are that medium. A bedding plant. The stuff that you find in the packs, like the 4-packs, that's a very low vigor. They're not aggressive. They're not going to just take over. These are quite a ways step up from that. They make a beautiful hanging basket. Yeah. And then the high vigor, the big super petunias, that's the petunias that get massive. That's just going to roll right over anything that you mix it with.
And you can find that when it's talking about vigor, you can find that whether it's petunias or whether it's ipomoeas, you can find that across the board on most flowers. It'll say high vigor, medium vigor, low vigor. And that just means how fast does it grow and how prolific does it get.
Yep. So again, there's on the deadheading, you can see some of this in here, and the wind will take a lot of this. They're at their worst in the greenhouse because they're not getting the wind ruffling through them. So they're just kind of, when that flower is spent, it's just dropping down. The wind will take care of a lot of that, but you will see some of this. So again, this isn't deadheading. It's not just pulling that off. The proper way is to get in there and nip that off so you're completely clipping off behind that spent flower. So that's the proper way to deadhead. There's not a lot. I don't want to scare you off from thinking that the petunias are lots of work, or especially these medium vigor.
Just go by and
they're really not that much work. But there are some certain colors that seem to be more work than others. And I'm going to say the reds and purples, dark. Yeah, it seems those darker colors really seem. We didn't grab a yellow. There's actually some nice yellows that I don't have any out here. The bee's knees. It's a nice yellow. There's not a lot of great yellows in the petunias. And that bee's knees, it's a nice, rich,
I don't
rich
think
yellow.
we did the bee's knees in the smaller because it was so aggressive last time.
I think they're all in
larger.
hanging baskets. Yeah. Yep. So,
Yep.
but again, so that's a little bit of the difference. We're talking just on the mounding petunias and again, the mini petunias. So this is in that mini petunia category. This is another great, if you're looking to, as a replacement or an alternative to calibrachoas, the mini petunias are really nice because they play nice. They forgive. If you don't have a good green thumb, the calibrachoas they'll sting you.
Yeah,
they're just not forgiving. They're not going to tolerate you being like, I'm just going to water it whenever I want. That's not going to happen.
Advanced.
Yeah,
people.
And not that you shouldn't try calibrachoas. They turn out beautiful, but they're a little more fussy, and they don't tolerate just a casual. If you're going to have a few hanging baskets of the calibrachoas, you have to be correct with your watering. Yeah, and fertilizing for sure.
So which one of these colors was your favorite? Like, describe it. Tell us which one was your favorite. Which one's your favorite?
Pick
one. What's your favorite child?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go with this one.
I think right now, mine is that one.
This one?
Yeah, because it just reminds me of like a butterfly should be floating through it or a bunny should be hopping around it. Doesn't it?
Yeah. It's very springy.
I'm very ready for spring.
Yeah,
I think
so ready for spring.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's really hard to say.
It switches day to day.
This just catches me at like nighttime or evening when I'm walking through the greenhouse. These just pop. That color is just really pops.
I think you like it because of that splash.
Yeah. I know. It's freckled. So, all right. So we will be talking about petunias more. I will be talking about everything. What should we talk about next? I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
There's so much to talk about.
Tomorrow is Fertilizer Friday.
Fertilizer Friday, yeah.
I can't believe it's Friday again already.
It's Friday. Happens every week. So, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.